Thanks for joining us today. This little chat is on behalf of the Landscape Ontario's Plant Symposium. It's going to be held on February 3rd in Fanshawe College in London, Ontario. And today's talk is going to be on plant health and soil management.
My name is Jon Durzi. I work for Miller Waste Systems. The branch is Miller Compost. We are compost manufacturers in Southern Ontario. We manufacture garden-ready composts, and we distribute throughout Ontario. We've been in business now since, I believe, 1999.
What's the real difference between your commercially available product, Miller Compost's product, versus, say, someone who composts in their backyard?
So I think when we look at commercial versus residential composting, one, commercial is on a very large scale. We can bring in oodles amounts of leaf and yard waste and curbside waste, and really sizing doesn't matter. Whether it's branches or stumps or limbs, all the way down to perennials, shrubs, bushes, like grasses. It's easily managed on a commercial size. We can run grinders. We can grind it super small, 3" minus, 6" minus. We can create a huge floor for all of those organisms to take over and eat. It's very easy to manage the outdoor windrow process or trapezoidal process through aerating and watering. Where, on the other hand, when you're in a residential setting and you've decided to go down the path of composting, you're really limiting yourself on what you're placing in that small compost bin in your backyard. Whether it's very leafy material, grasses, some food scrap. The easiest stuff would be the lettuces or onions or peels. Anything that's very soft. But once you start adding in wood and it's not chipped or broken down, it becomes very tedious in managing. The other aspect is, on a residential side, you've got to watch for animals and pests. You've really got to manage the process with turning it and watering it and how often you do that. I've noticed on a residential side of composting, it takes very, very long. It's a very lengthy process to break it down into a soily compost product that you want to use in your garden, versus a commercial process. We are a 10-week process from beginning to end.
That was 10 weeks?
10 weeks.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah. From beginning to end, from the leaf and yard waste hitting our floor to the finished process on a screened material that's garden ready is 10 weeks. Yes.
So if I'm looking at your product and the product someone has created in their backyard, will I see much of a difference?
On a finished residential product, no, you won't see much of a difference. You might see it be a little bit more thatchy, where on a commercial side, we can control the size of the material, whether it's screened at a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch or a 5/8, we can control that sizing on a commercial side.
How does a process like yours, Miller Compost, really impact our economy or our society?
Absolutely. So Miller Waste is founded on a waste diversion company. We are a waste diversion company. So we look at the best avenue, the safest avenue to divert waste. Compost is looked at as a waste. One, we want to keep it at a landfill. Two, we want to put it back into our environment because it's very, very nutrient heavy. So when you look at manufacturing compost versus digging up peat bogs, compost is definitely your way to go. It's a sustainable product. It's very high in organic matter and nutritional value. It's got great water retention. It has great erosion control. So we look at compost as a waste diversion. We manufacture it and we put it back into greening infrastructures and sustainable. We want to create sustainable soils. So we deal with a lot of agricultural markets, commercial markets, terrace seeding markets, infrastructure work. So every opportunities that we have to work with soil blenders or just the commercial residential customer, it's an outlet for compost.